I know y'all. Most of y'all don't really watch basketball so much.
Sports ball.
Sports ball.
Touchdowns and things.
But this had to be one of the most boring all-star activities, I guess, with the dunk contest. It just was not.
So that was accurate when they had that picture of Shaq, or that, they showed Shaq and he looked like he was bored as fuck.
Okay, in the past, people have been overwhelmed by the dunking that's happening. Very creative, and then a lot of them, they try to have names in this, like big names in the game and stuff, competing and shit like that. And in this one, there wasn't really any names, and then they were doing basic ass dunks, and it was like it was very underwhelming. And that was the big talk. Like, I mean, it's still part of the fucking big talk right now. Like how fucked up it was, how boring it was.
Was there a halftime show for like a performance of any sorts?
Well, no. Well, there was, but it wasn't like a show, right? What they did was they celebrated the 75 players right now, like of their all-time greats, or something like that. The 75 best players according to the NBA. So it had a combination of old school players and some new school players and all that shit. It was pretty dope. They celebrated them, properly. And then they got on with the game, and Steph Curry was a monster at the end, bro. It was like he was just raining threes left and right.
I was just about to ask, too. It seems there's more of an emphasis on three-pointers nowadays than there was like dunking back in the old days.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of both, but a lot of teams are jacking up more three-pointers these days. Like, they get guys that can hit that shot like that.
Like, it was more about the and one.
Right.
Now it's about the deep.
Now it's about the deep three, yeah. I mean, still they score in the paint and they do, the dunks and all that shit, but like, they look for guys that can fucking shoot that three ball like it's nothing, and Steph Curry shoots it better than anyone.
He did a 50 piece or something. Right?
He does it better than anyone that ever has or ever will for right now. Like, I don't think there's anyone gonna catch him. This dude is just.
He blew all bird shit out.
He blew everybody's shit out. He's the most prolific shooter NBA's ever saw. This guy right here,
and he looks bored doing it almost.
He looks like Hey, look, for a good 5 to 10 of his shots, he jacked the three and he didn't even look at it go in. He shot it and just ran back or turned his back on it.
He already knew it was,
and let someone else tell him that it went in.
Yeah, that's pretty.
It was fucking awesome because that's how confident he was. He's like, I'm just gonna shoot this and turn my back. I know it's going in. Boom. And he did that several times last night, especially in the fourth quarter. He turned that shit on. They didn't play defense not one fucking minute of that game until the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. They were like, we ain't playing no defense. Are you fucking kidding me? And then the last it's whoever plays the best defense at the last 2 minutes.
Ooh.
That's who wins right there.
Those games are played obviously historically different, right? Because
it's different than when it used to be played.
Right.
Now it's sort of mixed teams. You get two captains and they pick who's on their teams, right? Before it was like if you were in the Eastern Conference, you played for the Eastern Conference All-Stars against the Western Conference All-Stars. Now it's Captain LeBron and Captain Durant. It's whoever they choose to be the two captains, and then they pick the teams.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they totally changed the format. It's pretty cool. That
is cool.
That part is cool.
It's like fantasy teams.
Yeah, it's fantasy teams like a motherfucker. And then you see like, oh, man, these dudes are balling out. It looks great. But then, you come to the realization that none of them are playing defense, so of course it looks great.
Yeah. That's all all-star games. Like, ain't no one going to get hurt in
Nah, no one
game.
can't get hurt because the second half of the season where it's all on the line and it depends on how you fucking end up. I mean, yeah, no one wants to lose their major player.
Yeah, it's like watching the all-star football game. Ain't nobody getting tackled.
Nah. Has there ever been like a fight between players at a game?
Sure.
In a game, yes, but not an all-star.
Not an all-star game, right?
No. Maybe the old school all-star games.
Damn.
But no, I've never seen one. In a real game, yes. Like there'd been plenty of fights.
Brawls.
Yeah. I'm asking about all-star game. Like if there was like two people on opposing teams.
Nah, I've never seen that in an all-star game. You're supposed to be on your best behavior.
The All-Star game's a party. They ain't there to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the news was saying that LeBron James was laughing and clowning at Macy Gray as she was singing the national anthem, like laughing. Did you hear anything about that? Because the news was Channel 5, they were making a big stink about it.
Dude.
Oh, man. Yeah.
What happened?
Well, she sung her version of America the Beautiful or something.
We know how that goes.
And, she's not necessarily, one of those singers that, like, you hear doing the national anthem. She's got a very specific range.
Mm-hmm.
And for the national anthem or the fucking America the Beautiful or whatever she was singing, you have to have a specific range for that.
Certain
Because if you don't have certain fucking shit in your repertoire for that, you could totally bust your ass on that. And it's not like she did bad. It's just that, like, when you've heard others really fucking kill that,
Yeah.
you're gonna get scrutinized real heavy.
Well, yeah. I mean, he was just smiling through the thing.
Was she lit? Did she look like she was lit?
I don't know.
No, I don't think.
I mean, she didn't look lit. It just seemed like a Macy Gray performance.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
motherfuckers are like making shit up behind it though. Like they're like they're clowning that moment. Yeah, for sure. It's like, yeah, well,
I bet you if they would have done it, we'd all be clowning.
Yeah.
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 Can't be a critic if you're not going to do it.
Right.
True.
It's easy to fucking clown from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I didn't think she did horrible on it.
From what I heard, it was Macy Gray doing
her version. Yeah.
national anthem.
She got that voice, that raspy voice.
Yeah, she's not gonna climb way the fuck up here because that's not what she does.
No, she's Macy Gray. She does her
Macy
thing.
Gray. She does her shit.
It's true.
Well, it's cool when the singers, they just sing the national anthem or whatever, like normal, not try to go all crazy with it and hit like every octave.
Word.
Yeah, like
all the
if that, yeah, exactly, Bobo. If that's not your fucking thing, you shouldn't try to do that. And she didn't do that. She
Did it her way.
She did it her way.
Hell yeah.
And if people don't like it, well, that's their shit.
She's going to go down a legend like the rest.
Yeah, well,
Just because her way is, ain't nobody doing it like her.
I mean, she wasn't like doing it injustice or wasn't doing like a funny take on it like Roseanne Barr.
Right.
Remember when she did it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she did it as a joke, which I get in hindsight now.
She's a comedian.
yeah,
comedian, but-
yes, it did start off as a joke.
And
It-
people
yeah.
were pissed. 'cause
Yeah,
of that.
dude, they wanted her like.
We would laugh. I thought it was funny because it was her screaming, but people like, oh, it's disrespectful. You did
Yeah.
this. Man, she's a comedian.
Yeah, and
what
why?
do you think she was going to
Why did you ask Roseanne
Yeah,
Barr to sing the national anthem?
Yeah,
So
why
now
did
we
it-
know who's at fault. It was
Yeah,
not her.
Yeah, why did anyone ask her to sing? That
The
is
funniest was like when she spit afterwards. Like,
that is
Yeah, right there. You
Good,
sit
yeah,
on the ground.
Yep.
That is
that was the best.
It was the best.
that's the real question. Why did
Thug life right there.
that's
Yeah.
the real question? Why was she asked?
She was on some shit.
Well, no, she's just being Roseanne.
I got to
She
watch that
thought-
shit later just on principle now.
She
Yeah.
thought that shit was hilarious, and to a lot of her fans, it was.
Yeah, and and if you really want to see a super duper amazing national anthem or singing of Whitney Houston when she did
Whitney
it.
Houston, yeah.
Woo! That
Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, Jimi Hendrix doing it at Woodstock, the Star Spangled Banner. Oh yeah,
that was
that's
dope.
On the rock end, yeah, that's dope.
that's one of the best.
But-
absolutely.
But Whitney Houston, yeah, that shit is.
Whitney Houston
And-
bring chills.
And Marvin Gaye
Ooh, Marvin Gaye.
when he
Yeah.
did it, but I think Whitney's version was probably better.
She sang her ass off.
Yeah, and talk about octaves. This woman can.
Hit
Yeah,
'em
you
all.
want to talk about octaves?
Word.
She had him.
One of the best. I
Rest in
remember
peace.
Aside from their stellar performances, though, they did exactly what Macy did, though. They did their version of it.
They did
you know?
100.
Yeah,
Like,
like
Whitney wasn't going to come out and do anything else but be that.
Yeah, like
That's what she did.
Yeah, like Marvin Gaye did his
Yeah.
version like totally different than anyone had ever done it.
Yeah. Didn't he do it to like a drum machine? Like it was a
think
drum
so,
track.
yeah.
Sure
Just
did.
like and yeah, I mean that was hella different than anything that had ever been done.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, Macy Gray did it her way. I was like,
Yeah, man, it's fucking.
She did it. Her way got us talking about it right now, is what
Right.
I'm saying.
hey man.
That's not wrong.
Hope she's selling some records off the, off the promotion.
Oh, she's gonna be good.
You know,
she knows what she's doing, Mike.
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm saying.